Hello YouTube, it's me John Avenger once again. You like my new hat? I just went to the Marvel Live Universe Live at the Barclays Center here in New York. I was very happy when I went into that arena tonight. I loved every second of it, but this is not a review on this. I'll get a reaction video of that next time. This is another movies with a color in the title, and it is the 1968 movie, which by the way this year it'll be 50 years old. The Green Slime. Yeah, no, this is not a Nickelodeon movie. That's probably what you think when you think of Green Slime. No, this is a Japanese, U.S. release from the '60s that basically has a simple premise, simple cast, and basically a bunch of astronauts destroy this asteroid into space, and it leaves residue. The aftermath of it is that a bunch of alien creatures with one eye, like the minions in Despicable Me, with green tentacles and things like that, end up on the space station, and they have to stop them from, taking over the ship. They can basically reproduce, but with their own blood, which is interesting. It's an interesting little premise, and I saw this movie a long time ago on TCM. I was interested because, yes, is this movie schlocky? Yes, but it's my kind of schlock. Basically, you have Robert Horton, a bunch of actors you never heard of, and Luciana Paluzzi, who's an Italian actress, and a bunch of other actors that you probably never heard of in your life. I know I didn't because I never heard of this movie until a couple years back. Basically, the creatures they're practical effects. They're a bunch of like midget Japanese actors or little kids, basically going and they're running around. And this movie, it looks really good for 1968. It doesn't deserve the low ratings it got. It got like a 44.6 on IMDb, a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, this isn't Star Wars. This is the Green Slime. It has a great soundtrack. It's like the Green Slime. It's a total '60s, nostalgia trip. Basically, like a lot of disco or whatever was around at the time in the '60s. And it's very schlocky. It's low budget. It's not a high budget film. The acting is not top notch, but I still like it. I mean, Luciana Paluzzi is very beautiful. She was in one of the Bond films, I believe, in like the '60s or '70s. So she's very appealing. The film is short. It's like about an hour and change, so it's not too long. And it's a film that, yeah, it's very obscure, but if you give it a chance, it's very entertaining for what it is. And yeah, it could be a little slow at times in the beginning. It's not like tons of action, but when the creatures show up, the film becomes a riot. But some people call this one of the worst films ever. I'm like, I'm sorry. Watch other science fiction movies that came out like the last 10 years. There are a ton of. I'd rather see this than Valerian. I'd rather see this than freaking Ender's Game. And yes, I'd rather watch this than Disney Wars. Because this knows exactly what it is. It's short, it's to the point. The creatures look better. They're not like the porgs that are trying to sell toys and trying to be cutesy, even though those didn't catch on. This movie at least has a cult following. It deserves it. It's a movie that came out in the '60s in December in Japan and December in the US, directed by a Japanese guy. They have a great eye for detail. If you've seen any anime from like the last 30, 40 years, they have excellent visual styles that I just love. That's why I love kaiju movies and anime and martial arts films, because Asians know what they're doing when it comes to a vision that they have and they want to put it on screen. That's why James Wan is a good director in the US now. And yeah, this film, basically, if you've seen a lot of schlocky '60s or '50s sci-fi movies, this is one you probably missed. I guarantee you probably have never heard of this movie. You got to really look to find it. They have it online, so you can always buy it online or rent it. And they have I think that you can watch it on YouTube somewhere. I'm really tired. That's why I'm not like, really passionate, but I'm trying to do the best I can. But Green Slime, yeah, it has some problems. It's not perfect, but it's not a terrible movie. If you come go in with an open mind, get a bowl of popcorn, get a couple of your friends or family over, and you watch this, you'll probably laugh your ass off. I know I did, because it's my kind of schlock. Schlock is not always bad. Sometimes it's cheesy or whatever, like people say, but a B movie is fun to watch. I'll take a B movie any day over a bad Hollywood remake or a bad, reboot or a adaptation that doesn't work. nowadays, because I'm like, these movies knew what they were. They weren't trying to be high art. They were trying to be entertaining. And sometimes that's all you need. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you see the green slime. It's from 1968. That's the version. If they have another movie called Green Slime, you're probably thinking of Nickelodeon. But yeah, this is a fun little movie, and I didn't review it, so I wanted to review it. I hope you watch it one day. It's very short. It's not, and it has a fun soundtrack and has a good look to it. And like I said, it's schlock, but it's my kind of schlock. So thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. I hope you area or wherever they're giving it. Go see that show because it's really good, and go watch Green Slime. So I leave you with that, and see you in the next review.